Hi folks, I was asked to do a nose unblocking exercise just so that I have it as a tutorial and people could see it and go back to it and maybe practice along with it. So why do you need to unblock your nose? Well, there's a couple of reasons, and there's multiple reasons, but there's a couple of very strong reasons. First of all, if you're not using your nose, if you're breathing through your mouth, then, if you haven't used it for a while or you're not using it, it can get stuffy. It's the same as if you cut your grass and you walk across the lawn for 6 months, then there's a patch worn, there's a patch that doesn't have grass and doesn't have weeds because you're walking over the top of it. But if you don't walk over the top of it for 6 months, then those weeds go back and the grass grows back. So it's important that you keep your nose clear, and one of the key things for keeping your nose clear is using your nose. The second thing is you might have some sort of allergy. So you might have a dust allergy, or you may have an allergy to the cat or pollen or whatever it may be. So you may have allergies that are causing the stuffy nose. And don't forget, if you have an allergy, then one of the reasons for that may be that your immune system isn't on point. It's either working too high or too low, and correcting your breathing can help with that. And the next thing is you have an intolerance. You may have a wheat intolerance, or you may have a dairy intolerance. I have a slight dairy intolerance, and if I eat too much yogurt, I can get a wee bit of a stuffy nose. So those are some of the reasons why you may have a stuffy nose. And I will have to do is, no matter what the reason is, we just need to get it cleared so they can breathe more freely. So I'm going to show you my other nose. So this is my first nose, this is my other nose. So if you see, the nose on your face is about 30% of your actual size of your nose. The nasal passage is in here. So if you put your tongue behind your teeth in the roof of your mouth and run your tongue back until you feel your soft palate, that's the roof of your mouth, but it's also the floor of your nose. So it goes back quite a bit. So a bit of stuffiness here isn't necessarily just stuffiness here. There can be a lot of stuffiness in here as well. We need to clear all of that. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a breath in, you're going to take a breath out, and then you're going to hold your nose. When you hold your nose for any length of time, it creates nitric oxide in the nasal passage, which is a vasodilator, and also accumulates CO2, which is obviously going to help you breathe better. So this is what we're going to do. You're going to take a breath in. Two ways of doing it, so I'll show you both. Take a breath in, take a breath out, hold your nose, pinch your nose. Obviously I can't do it because I'm talking and sort of a bit of air leaks out as you're talking. But you need movement. So you shake your head. It looks a bit silly, but you shake your head from side to side until there's a real air hunger. Now, I mean, not your first urge to breathe, but a real urge to breathe. And then you sniff in, and then you relax your breathing. So just relax your breathing again, and then breathe in, breathe out, hold your nose, pinch your nose, keep holding, and movement helps as well. You just move from side to side until you can't hold it any longer, and obviously I'm doing it quicker, and you breathe in. Nitric oxide pulls in your nose, vasodilator, opens the airways, and you may find your nose becomes a bit runny, which is excellent. So that's the first way. Second way is where there's a bit of movement. I'm a camera, so I can't do a lot of movement, but I'm just going to put my chair back. And what you would do is do the same thing. Breathe in, breathe out, hold your nose, pinch your nose, and to create movement, you're just going to march on the spot. Once you've came to the position where you've actually held as long as you possibly can, breath in, breath out, normalize the breathing, and then do it again. And you should do that for about 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, you should feel that your nose is being reasonably well cleared. And again, don't wait until it's fully blocked, or don't wait until it's at its worst. Maybe do the exercise. If you know you've got a bit of a stuffy nose, start doing the exercise. If you're starting to nasally breathe when you're out running, especially, your nose will start to run. It's just clearing itself. And anybody that goes in the course, it's just worth reminding that 2 to 3 days after the course, if you're doing the exercises, you will find that you may have the symptoms of a cold, you may have the symptoms of a head cold, you may have diarrhea, you may have a sore head, and that's just a natural detox. Your body has been breathing the wrong way for so long that when you actually do it the right way, it just doesn't, it fights against it because it wants to go back to what it knows. So by 3 days, 24 hours, and it'll be gone, and you'll be back. You'll be, I was going to say you'll be back to normal, but normal wasn't good for you in the first place. So you'll be better than normal. Okay, go, folks. I hope this has helped, and I'll make a few more videos. If I can help as much as I can, I will. Okay, catch us all soon.